I love that. You had mentioned earlier, maybe it was before we hit record, that everybody should go through the process of like trying to sell their business. What did you mean by that, and what did you learn by coming out of this process, whether you were going to sell it or not?
Yeah, I think honestly, so by going through the process of selling our business, it forced Cam and I to really look at the business, to find any weak points, to really evaluate where can we do better, what about our business is strong and what about it is weak. And so even though it moved quickly to find the people, it was still 6 months really between like, hey, this initial conversation and selling. And so we still were building a business for 6 months. We still had kind of we talked about like having kind of two trains on separate tracks moving. We had to keep the business running and thriving and growing, and then also keep this conversation going with the buyers. And I think putting the business, or even just mentally thinking about, because we really started thinking about a year before on the fundraising side, we started to look at our business. We found and really started to understand cash flows. we were so focused earlier on revenue, like, oh, let's just grow the revenue, which is part of the challenge, but really, especially when COVID hit, and it was like, we need every dollar. We need every single dollar saved, and then we need every dollar that is spent to be, multiplied 3 to 10x, on what it's going towards, whether that's team or ads or whatever it may be. And so I think through the process of selling, I think we learned a lot about our business. We learned and grew in significant ways. And I think we're able to hand the business off, on an upward trend because of that reflection and kind of discovering a lot of things.
To your point, for me, we reached out to several brokers who took a bird's eye perspective of and an outsider's view of our business. Because we're in the trenches. We are CEO, CMO. Our business to us is priceless. Like we're the best business in the world. And to brokers, they're like, your business is good, but like here are the things that people aren't gonna like. And it was nice to hear that. It was really valuable to say, well, these 5 things on this bullet point list, these things a traditional e-commerce person would not necessarily want if they're going to come in. And these are the things that you can work on. Here are some of your major strengths. And that was really valuable. And I feel like we got that from you as well, Ryan, through email is, hey, here are the things that we love about your business. And here are the things that we would need to fix if we came in. And that's where the real value for me came in. Is for me, the business is the most beautiful thing in the world. But for someone that's really looking hard at buying it, it's, there are mistakes, there are errors, there are gaps, and so that was valuable.
Yeah.
Every business has black eyes, right? And so there's no perfect business out there, and that's okay. So how I approach it is just, are you comfortable with the black eyes that this business has, or do you have the skill sets or the resources or the network to be able to fix those? Or, just are you okay with like solving those types of problems, right? And so, and some people aren't, and some people are, and that makes it the right business for them.